So I woke up to messages saying that Kent's video from last night was apparently kind of unhinged. Apparently, he went ballistic on AJ Apologia and Cindy Lincoln, his third wife, which got me thinking. And I'll share the details on this if and when it comes to it. But it gave me an idea that might tie into his chicken shit behavior for the Ark Encounter protest. But, sorry, I had to cough there. Without any further ado, we're just going to get right into it.
Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland and Genesis Baptist Church in Lenox, Alabama. It is July the 11th, 2025. Tonight, open mic. Atheists, skeptics, call in. Questions on topic, or if I don't want to talk about it, I'll just say, too bad, I don't want to talk about it. Go somewhere else. Okay.
Translation, you can only call in and talk about exactly what I want to talk about, so it's not really an open mic discussion, now is it?
We think evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the history of the world. Prove me wrong. We're on a bunch of channels, everything except YouTube.
You've been proved wrong constantly for over 30 years, Kent. Get over it, old man.
Facebook, let's see, Rumble, Twitter or X, whatever that is, and our app. We have our own TV channel, KentHovind.tv. Instagram.
I have our own TV channel. So fucking boomer. I just can't get over that.
A bunch of different channels. Go that. So be sure to subscribe to all of them. It's free. And then if they take one off, go check someplace else. You'll find us. Share this message if it helps. Okay, July the 11th. Here we go. Last couple of days, my homecoming after 9-year sentence, like sentenced to 10, served 9 years in federal prison. Finally got to come home. And things were changed. I'm going to talk about that just a little bit tonight.
Oh, old man gonna whine about the past he lost. You know, it could have been better for you, but you kept digging your own hole.
Before we get started, it says in the book of Judges, every man did that which was right. And
Also, quite honestly, what the hell does the perils of Kent Hovind, what do they have to do with the Bible? Isn't this man supposed to be a preacher? I've got to stress that because it becomes so commonplace hearing him rail against evolution and do all this shit, forgetting that he's supposed to be some kind of preacher, some kind of pastor, but he's more obsessed with just evolution than he is anything else. It's kind of ridiculous. And by kinda, I mean extremely.
His own eyes. It says it that twice in the same book there. The fool is that the way of the fool is right in his own eyes. Every way of man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart. See, decisions determine your destiny. All of you
Yes, like your decisions determined your destiny, Kent.
how many have made a decision in your life that ended up being wrong and it ended up costing you a bunch of money or got hurt really bad? You ever done one?
Hey, Alexandra Wolf down there at the bottom. Can't wait to bring my kids to the AL. For the love of all that is holy, don't. Unless, you don't give a fuck what happens to them, in which case, go right ahead. Not my business.
One of those? Yeah, okay. The Houthis decided to hate Israel forever. The Houthis decided to attack Israel. Trump decided to help the Houthis understand it is not wise to attack Israel.
The fuck is he on about?
Or our allies. Some of the Houthis are starting to understand it's not a good decision as they now live in piles of rubble, okay? Now, 99% of my shows are about the Bible and debunking stupid evolution. Once in a while.
No, like 20% of your shows are about the Bible. The rest is just you running your script.
You have to stop and swat flies. That can be so annoying.
Oh, here we go. Immediately going into the bitter shit as soon as I pause to talk about the fly thing. Instead, we pause on him going after Paul. Buckle up, everyone. It's going to be a fun ride.
Paul Enns calls himself a Canadian YouTuber. Is that a real job, Joseph? Being a YouTuber?
Oh no, there's a lot of people you could ask who seem to be having a pretty good living based off of doing YouTube content, using that as a platform to share media that people enjoy. I'm sorry you can't comprehend this stuff, Kent. That's not our problem, though. Says the man who spends all his time on Rumble and shit, trying to do the exact same thing that other successful creators do.
You have to go to college to do that. You have to get a degree in YouTubing. Okay. He decided to use a cartoon face.
Do you have to go and get a degree to be a preacher? I mean, places offer that kind of crap, but I think it's all just a massive scam, an internal scam. Like, hey, we want to. This guy's got the better degree, so in the divinities and the holiness. So we got to have him be our preacher, not you, Mister. Don't have nothing, because there's apparently people can decide on who has expertise in what the magic book of bullshit says. It just makes no sense at all. But keep on spouting your nonsense, Kent.
To try to improve his looks. Did it work? I don't know.
I can't. Isn't that an ad hominem? And yeah, it actually is. If a person wants to use an avatar, they can use a fucking avatar. It really doesn't matter, Kent. And this goes back to one of the first interactions that I recall between like AJ, you, Paul, and the like, where he complained about, you complained about the cartoon muscles on Pelagia's, I said it like he did, Pelagia, on Pelagia's avatar. But yet, that stupid ass art that you have in your older slides, where you're all super buff, chiseled Kent, and it's like, bruh, you look like a sack of fucking potatoes, even in your prime, Kent. Super douchebaggy too.
He's a former Mennonite who left the faith in 2015 after discovering contradictions between his beliefs and scientific evidence. Paul, there are no contradictions between science and the Bible.
Okay, so the Mennonites are correct there, then, Kent. There you go.
Between real science. There's contradictions between evolution and the Bible. Oh yeah, plenty. Because evolution is not, it's a religion. Paul is in a relationship, whatever that means, with fellow atheist.
Yeah, Kent, you wouldn't understand what a relationship is. All you know is dominance. All you know is forcing others to obey. Subjugation. You don't know shit about mutual respect and understanding, and sure as hell don't grasp the concept of love at all.
YouTuber Shannon Q, and has 3 children. He also hosts a podcast available on various platforms. So Paul has decided to make many videos about me. Thanks for the publicity, Paul. Paul has decided.
Oh no, it's not publicity, Kent. It's not publicity at all.
To try to destroy Kent Hovind and keep people from visiting Dinosaur Adventureland. This one's titled, Hide Your Kids, Dinosaur Adventureland Scandal, 2022. I only watched a little bit of it. I've never watched the whole thing, but I got a couple thoughts here I want to share tonight, then we're going to go on to something else.
Yeah, thoughts. Kent has thoughts. Highly doubt that. You have minor synaptic responses that are the echoes of the vestiges of a once halfway competent brain attempting to defend oneself when you've been all but utterly defeated in every single arena you've ever been in.
Paul says, you Pharisees and hypocrites, you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men, for ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go into more detail on Shannon Q, but I guess he ain't ready to handle that level of fucking awesomeness, and that's not to downplay Paul at all, but also, you gotta say, Paul is a pretty damn lucky man to be, dating Shannon. Just saying. Just saying.
Bad enough, Paul, if you don't want to go, but you want to hinder others from going. We have seen a lot of lives changed here at Dinosaur Adventureland,
and none of them for the better.
Decided to try to turn people away from wanting to come here by using lies and
Can't you decided to turn people into a cult by using lies?
Slander. Okay, hide your kids from Dinosaur Adventureland. Okay, Paul.
Hide your kids. Hide your wallet. Ken Hovind's taking stuff from everybody.
Former Mennonite. He's in a relationship. He talks about my wife and the wives, the ones that have left me. Okay, look, Paul, let's talk about this. Before you.
Oh man, this is getting petty. I mean, even for Kent, this is getting petty. This old fuck is bitter as hell. Cherish these moments. We might not have them for too much longer. I think the stress is going to get to old Kenty boy here.
Allow you on the jury to judge me. Have you ever had, you can't use that word, with someone you were not married to? How many?
You can't use the word sex. Let's see. Number 1, Kent, doesn't fucking matter. And number 2, also don't fucking matter.
Different ones. Are you married to the one you live with now? Does God's commandment about not committing adultery bother you?
It's irrelevant.
In your evolution religion, if your evolution religion is true, how can anything that I do be wrong?
Oh, yes, of course, going for the moral shit again. One, it's not a religion. Two, evolution only applies to biological diversity. Three, you want to get into moral arguments. Once again, we're a social species that in our evolutionary processes have devised a subjective set of understood morality, usually based on empathy, that is effectively objective, in that if you want to actually participate in society and thus have a good chance of surviving, you're going to need to abide by most, if not all, of these statutes that are just kind of understood. And outliers generally get taken care of one way or another by society, by the nature of the conflicts they create, what have you. That's how it works. No God needed.
There's no such thing as right and wrong. Wasn't Darwin's book, The Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection or the Preservation of Favored Races?
Hi, we don't give a fuck about Darwin. Move the fuck on, old man.
Don't they talk about only the strongest survive? Is it okay for the lion to go eat the baby zebra?
That's how it's, forget that's its food source. Yeah, that's just nature, bro. That's just nature. Lions aren't going out and eating other lions for food. Because you always want to draw the lion and zebra, lion and gazelle thing, but it's like, that's your circle of life going on. That's your predator-prey relationship. You can't tie that into individual human interactions at all.
How could that be wrong? He's stronger. So if you believe
Also, the concept of fitness, which is all that really matters, it's survival of the fittest. It's not a matter of strongest. It's not a matter of dominance like you guys are obsessed with. It's a matter of adapted to whatever living situation they find themselves in. Kind of dumbs it down a bit, but that's all it is, Kent. But of course, you'll never get that. Maybe one of your brain dead hillbilly ass followers who listen to this and realize, maybe this Kurisu guy's got a point. Because I do.
in evolution, I can't do anything wrong, can I? Neither can you. You can live with that woman all you want, have 3 kids with her, no problem. Or maybe it's several women, I don't know. And AJ comes on to join him.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I thought when it was mentioned Paulogia and AJ that this would be the video from several years ago. Remember, this is 2022. This may have been the video that introduced me to AJ, by the way. You know, sorry, I looked at the screen and I was taken aback for a moment. Yeah, this may be Paul's video may have been the one that introduced me to AJ. And AJ introduced me to Skeptic, who I have met. I've said hey to the guy in person. I'm not going to stop, just gloating about that because I'm so fucking just happy that that event happened last week. It's just so fucking cool how everyone's awesome. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, we had our happy moment. Back to the cesspit that is anything to do with Kent Hovind.
AJ, before we let you on the jury, have you ever had, SC blank outside of marriage?
Ken Hovind can't say sex. What a pathetic piece of shit. He goes from talking about whale penises all the time to can't say sex. Oh, you pathetic pussy of a man. Oh.
How many men have you had this with?
Irrelevant, although I know the answer to that. Well, I don't know the answer to that, but it doesn't matter, Kent. It's 0, but it doesn't matter. Just like with me, it's 0. What does it matter? Does it matter what anyone wants to do? How does it affect you?
Any animals?
I'm going to imagine, barring humans, 0, Kent. The only person involved in any of this who seems to be interested in animal reproduction happens to be you. Not just from the odd way you talk about animal sexual organs, but the allegations of your browsing history. Okay? So you might want to not draw attention to that.
How many women that you're not married to?
Doesn't matter. Just like anyone consenting. Anyone can have relations with anyone they want to in a consenting situation. That's what it means to be a free agent. That was what it means to be a person. That's one of the key elements of the concept. free will, your ability to choose what you do and don't want to do. Hello there, fellow Homo sapien. Would you like to engage in sexual relations? Why, yes. Yes, I would. Alrighty then. I will see you at 8 a.m. my place. I mean 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. We are going to have a very fun night. I don't know. It's like, how hard is that to understand, Kent? I think you understood the point pretty well when Joe wouldn't have relations with you after you got out of prison. Oh, it's been 9 years, honey. Scoot over, honey. It's like, no. You got pissed about that, and then your whole life went downhill. Not that it hadn't already, but I mean, come on. Come on, Kent.
Just wondering, okay? Bible says,
just wondering. Let's ask about all your dirty laundry, Kent, because this is all pathetic attempts at a kind of at an actual ad hom. Just pathetic attempts as such. It's funny that when we bring up your actual history, it's an ad hom, but when you ask about outright insane shit, trying to accuse somebody of something that's not. Really funny the multi-nested double standard you have going on there.
in Romans 1, for this cause God gave them up to vile affections. Put your name in there, AJ, okay? Men with men working that which is unseemly. They did not like to retain God in their knowledge. God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Being filled with unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness. It talks about all the bad things they do without understanding. Who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have...
Yeah, Kent's jealous he doesn't get the kind of action that Paul and AJ do. I should stress not with each other, but it wouldn't matter if they wanted to. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect my life. It's weird talking about this stuff like that. It's not necessarily my place to discuss other people's, relationships or anything, and I'm not doing it like that. It's just on principle of like, I gotta stress just point blank. Okay, you have X, Y, and Z hypothetical. What the fuck does it matter? It doesn't, Kent. What does matter is you body slamming Cindy. What does matter is you allowing a kid to die at your park. What does matter is you openly inviting a known pedophile, of you enabling horrible people to be around children. The shit you say, the shit you've done that we don't even necessarily know details on, but we have enough allegations of. We have stories of. Come on, Kent, you're a shitty person. And one of the things about being a pastor, being a minister, being a whatever the fuck you are, is that you're supposed to be a good person. You're absolute garbage, but you're of the same ilk who to this day can't get over a Bill Clinton getting a blowjob. Who gives a fuck? I didn't care then and I don't care now. Does it fall as correct under my moral standards? No, that was a kind of cheating. That's as far as it goes. Don't fucking care otherwise. That's it. But y'all are fucking obsessed with the immorality of others, the perceived immorality of others, yet you do the shit you do. And I mean you and the collective, you right-wing religious nut jobs doing the shit you do. And just being, it's okay. It's like that shit with Lauren Boebert being a fucking hussy at that Beetlejuice presentation, which is fine in of itself. If she wants to get give a dude a hand job, I don't fucking care. But it's the hypocrisy that she wants to talk shit about others when she behaves the way she does. That's where it all matters. That's what's being called out. You lack the ability to comprehend any of that. Of course, that lack of comprehension is intentional.
Pleasure in them that do them. You get excited when you find out somebody else is, gay or whatever you call it. Now, when I was a kid, the word gay
or whatever you call it,
meant happy.
Yeah, you know what, Kent? Me and my audience and I should say, are having a very gay time here. Very happy, very proud to be gay right now. Everyone here, gay as springtime. Because whacking Hovind is one of the most fun things we do around here. I should remind you, Kent, that my impressions of you, my constant impressions of you, won over the hearts of like a dozen plus people over the weekend between the people at the cabin and people at the protest. They loved it. They loved hearing it firsthand. They loved seeing me do it in real time because you're so laughable that my parody of you just struck home. I made people happy. You make people miserable. And it's very funny that I can twist your miserable nature around to make others happy. Where am I going with this? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with any of this stream. It's too damn early. And I guess I'm just trying to counter Hovind's toxicity with some level of joy and happiness and abstract. What the fuck is Chris talking about? Oh, wait, this kind of makes sense. Because apparently that's the way I talk. In weird riddles that wrap amongst themselves, and a weird Ouroboros that eventually somehow unravels. I don't know. I don't know. Notice me, senpai. Notice me. I don't know. It's too early in the morning for me to be doing this crap.
Yeah. Okay. When I came home from prison, Jim Bob Duggar and my wife and son picked me up, drove me back. See, rumors are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. Put your name in there, Paul. The wicked doer giveth heed to false lips. So, Jim.
Yeah. His obsession with Emma Thorne's personal life is really, really sick.
Bob Duggar's preacher and pal Kent Hovind arrested for assaulting and body slamming his wife. Joseph, how many websites and how many channels accuse me of being a body slammer? Hundreds and hundreds. Yep. Okay. I got a
yeah, what did the court case say?
Solution tonight. Okay. For the record, in the unlikely event you two atheists really want the truth, because I know you do not, okay? Both Joe and I were virgins on our honeymoon.
No one fucking cares. Also, lie detected.
Were you?
Doesn't fucking matter.
In my 52 years of married life, I've never had any sex outside of marriage.
No one fucking cares.
Never once, okay? I've never hit or hurt a woman.
That's an outright fucking lie. Not just on the principle of hit and the physical concept, since you definitely did some sort of physical action against Cindy, but saying hurt a woman. That can include emotional damage, which most certainly happened with Joe, if not the others, including, objectively, Cindy as well. And I will say, in my own life, I have definitely caused pain to someone who I loved. I regret that to this day. I've had to deal with repercussions of that. Relationships failing. I've made my own mistakes, but I'll admit it and learn from it. And try my damnedest not to fuck up again or to otherwise resolve whatever issues, whatever catalyst could be for me to behave the way I have in the past under certain conditions. It's a whole long story, but that's what happens with, depressive issues and history of abuse and the like having happened. That's neither here nor there, though. I'll acknowledge my faults. You refuse to take accountability for anything you've ever done wrong. And that's where you and I are different. At the core level, you, me, you versus me, you versus AJ, you versus Paul, you versus Cindy, you versus every single person in my audience, every single person you've ever interacted with. They will ever acted against, I should say. You will never admit you're wrong. Everyone else will. That's the key problem.
I don't recall ever having even raised my voice in anger at a woman.
That's an outright lie. You raise your voice in anger at kids like you wouldn't a woman.
In 52 years, okay? I've never left a wife, divorced her, or broken my vows.
Breaking vows is definitely debatable. You may not file divorce, but you create situations where you force the other person out if you want to. That seems to be par for the course. And left your wife. Well, whatever.
I've never gotten a restraining order against any woman.
Completely irrelevant. I mean, that's kind of a bit of a modest to extreme measure to actually have a restraining order done, and that would be irrelevant. In fact, if you felt you were being abused or otherwise harassed, that would be an expected step. So I don't know why you're throwing that in there. I guess because you think that people filing an order against you is some sort of affront. And you just want to reverse it. Be like, well, I've never done that to somebody. And it's like, there's reasons people do that.
Okay? 1 Corinthians 7 is clear. If they leave you, if they don't believe in their vows, you're free to move on. So Jesus saw the multitudes, and they were they were filled with envy. The Jews saw them. Everybody's following Jesus. They got envious. They should be following me. AJ wants to have all my followers so bad. Okay? Don't you, AJ? So they spoke against Paul, contradicting and blaspheming. And they raised persecution against Paul and Barnabas and expelled them out of their coast.
Wow, who the fuck cares? Also, audience, just am I making sense this stream, or am I just rambling incoherently? I just want to make sure that I'm, even in my relatively flowery way of talking off the cuff, because my mouth and my brain aren't always in sync, that I'm still actually making sense and not being, off base, out of line in some way.
And Galileo, the deputy, the Jews made insurrection against Paul and brought him to the judgment seat. Acts 24.
Sounds like a damn TV game show. Welcome to the judgment seat. Dun, 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 dun.
After 5 days, Annas the high priest descended with elders and with a certain orator named Tertullus, who informed the governor against Paul. They got a special lawyer with a special gift of speech. He could put the words together to make it look like Paul's really guilty. Yeah, some of these lawyers can make a pencil look guilty, okay? Then the high priest and chief of the Jews informed him against Paul and besought him. They begged him, put this man to death. Ooh. And when he was come, the Jews which came down from Jerusalem stood round about. And
when he was come. He was come. Oh, fuck. We gotta have an immature moment just to laugh. Just to laugh at this, because seriously, we're showing the outright pettiness of Hovind.
Laid many and grievous complaints against Paul, which they could not prove. Paul gave a defense in verse 12. They neither found me in the temple disputing with any man, neither raising up the people, neither in the synagogue nor in the city, neither can they prove the things whereof they now accuse me. They made it all up. He answered for himself.
Yeah, like the whole damn Bible.
I didn't do anything wrong. Festus, willing to do the Jews of pleasure, kept Paul in prison. Oh well. Now the chief priests and elders and all the council sought false witness against Jesus to put him to death. They're willing to lie. Oh yeah, they hated him so bad, they would make up evidence against him. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death. For what? You don't get any better than him. They sought for witness against Jesus. Okay.
Okay. Don't care. Cool story, bro.
Genesis 50. He said, as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it for good. This is Joseph talking to his brothers. They sold him into slavery. Their own brother. He said, look, you guys meant evil, but God used it for good. In 2 Corinthians 1, are they ministers of Christ? I'm more, in labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in deaths oft. Paul had a criminal record. Now, he wasn't guilty of anything, but you can still get a criminal record and be innocent of everything. Didn't they convict Donald Trump of a bunch of stuff? Yeah.
But he's innocent. He's totally innocent, bro. Kent, the motherfucker, had classified documents hanging out in his fucking bathroom. I mean, come the fuck on. I'm gonna talk about bumbling incompetence. Don't get me fucking started.
He had the money to fight him. He said, five times I received 40 stripes, less than save one, 39 stripes. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A day and a night have I been in the deep. When they examined me, they would have let me go. There was no cause of death in me. When the Jews spake against it, I constrained to appeal to Caesar. And when he finally got to Rome, he said, hey, do you know about my case? I'm coming to see Caesar. You know about this ministry, this new Christian ministry we're starting? We know that everywhere it is spoken against. It's all we know. Everybody talks against it. Well, I get that around here once in a while, don't I? It's hilarious. Okay.
I'm insecure. Hovind.
We know that all things work together for good to them that love God. See, blessed are the peacemakers. I really try to be a peacemaker.
Yeah, the B-36, very blessed aircraft. Super huge. 6 engines. Actually, 10 if you count the upgraded jets put on. 6 turning, 4 burning. Really, what was the saying? It's like two turning, 2 on fire, two something, and 2 unaccounted for. Like, yeah. Oh, I love the B-36 Peacemaker aircraft, though. Really, really fucking awesome machine. Really want to go to the Air Force Museum and see one in person.
Follow peace with all men. Don't get any root of bitterness in you. Now, those of you in this body slam, I'm just going to nail this for a few seconds. I would like you all to go to this channel and watch this by Watchman Shadrach. The whole thing about the so-called Cindy body slam. I did not body slam her, okay?
The courts ruled that was a lie.
I've never hit a woman, ever. Recently, a man who worked for her and knows the entire story very clearly asked me what could be done to resolve the situation. And he asked me an interesting question just a few days ago. He said, what do you think Cindy should do or say to stop this?
I'll take things that never happened. Also, we're going to get another one of those creepy-ass gaslighting, I'm going to write what you need to say things.
I said, well, let me think about that. I'll write the letter that I think she should write to me, like I did with Simon Dan. Maybe
and like you did with Cindy previously, that we all laughed at.
it'll sink in someday, Simon. That is what you should say, by the way. But anyway, I'd love to have this all set straight. I'm a peacemaker, not a fighter.
My ass.
Atheists having a heyday over all this, calling me a wife beater and all that stuff. It would be great to help the cause of Christ if this was resolved in a Christ-honoring manner. I never wanted this
Okay, let's stone Hovind.
conflict. I wish she would write this to me and mean it. Dear Kent, it's been nearly 4 years and I'm tired of holding this bitterness in my heart. I came to DAL deeply in love with the Lord and his ministry of winning souls, and I fell deeply in love with you for your zeal for the Lord. Married happily for 3 years. Then I got bitter and left. The atheist channels have attacked you and labeled you as a wife beater, and it's my fault. I'm sorry. It's been a bad 3 years for me.
Speaking of OJ's If I Did It book, I really, really need to get a copy of that book. It's something I need in my library. Because it's just such a ridiculous concept, and the way the lawsuits went over it, the way it ended up actually being published and stuff, where the if is all tiny and the I did it is huge. It's like,
Bitterness toward you rule in my heart. I made up the story of you body slamming me 9 months after the event because I was angry at not getting my way. That was wrong, and I'm sorry. Please forgive me. In my bitterness, I went on the atheist channels and even told lots of local people what an evil man you are, all to try to hurt you. Actually, in the 3 years we were married, you were a wonderful husband. You cared for me. You never hurt me or even raised your voice at me.
I can't believe he had A in there. I'm surprised it didn't just say you were a wonderful husband.
You were patient with me when I had my spells and loved me through it all. Your staff put lots of work and money into my house here, and I never missed a paycheck while I was there. Even got paid 5 months after I left. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with me.
Because it's all about the money.
Patient and kind to me that morning when I attacked you to get your phone. It's all my fault, and I'm sorry. You did not body slam me or hurt me in any way. When I dove for your phone and fell and hit the floor, you gently and sweetly asked if I was okay.
Gently and sweetly. God, I hate that. S'mores, yeah. Him writing letters he wants from others is super gross. Yeah, really, really icky. That's the only way I can describe it, is icky.
Okay, and offered to help me up. I was still angry at not getting my way and getting your phone, so I slammed the chairs down and broke the tile floor. I'm sorry. Here's my
Sure is pissed about that tile floor.
Suggestion to resolve all.
Also, Kent, why do you have tile floor? Aren't you supposed to be living in cabins with the others? Seems like your cabin is better than the rest.
This. I will drop the 3.5-year-old domestic abuse case in the court right away. She could do that in 3 seconds. I think the local county attorney has kept it going because he wants to be famous or something. But he and I,
Or because even with all the delays due to the police force there and the entire judicial system being like 7 people and one murder taking up every bit of resources that that area has, he still wants to see justice be done because that's what a server of the people would do.
I both know there was no abuse that day or ever while I was with you. I will lift the no trespass restraining order I have against you. I'd love for you to come and see what I've done with this property. She just lives 5 miles away. I think you would be proud. I will come on your show if you'll let me and admit to the world that you did not harm me that day or ever. And I will try to undo some of the damage I've done.
Yeah, I mean, this is ultimate grade attempts at gaslighting. And honestly, I feel like there's some kind of laws being broken with this. Some kind of issues with the case that something that's being violated has to be, because this shit is weird on a normal basis, let alone something where there's an actual active legal case around it. There's just got to be something wrong, some violation happening here.
To your good name in the local area and worldwide with my bearing false witness against you. If you will forgive me and let me, I'd still like to come help out with the landscaping at DAL once in a while to make it look beautiful for all the visitors. And she was an incredible landscaper. That was my passion, and I loved doing that while I was there. It's obvious God is blessing you, as he should, and I want his blessings on me and my life. But this lingering lie and harming the cause of Christ is stopping him. That I know. So will you forgive me? Will you let me come on your show to confess my sin and get my heart right with God and stop the mouths of...
Our buddy Seth says, yeah, he's intimidating a witness. Reminder, our friend Seth has a police background. So they're educated on, he's educated on this subject from at least that standpoint alone. If not, what else he's additionally picked up through being at relevant cases, what have you, additional training, stuff I would be completely unaware of. We had some pretty cool talks last week on a lot of the craziness that happened with during his police career. Pretty wild stories.
The haters? Will you come see my place and let me help at DAL once in a while? Sincerely, Cindy. Cindy, yes, yes, and yes. Be thrilled. I'm not looking for a fight. I never was. I just want to win souls and do something for the Lord. So all you haters out there, you got to find something. I mean, it wouldn't, Joseph, if I...
We really don't. You're the one who has all your dirty laundry in the public sphere, Kent. You're so bitter about the fact that we, immediately take the crap you want to try to get sympathy over and turn it against you, rightfully so, that you want to find everyone else's dirty laundry.
I could answer all the critics. They would still find something. Oh, you got a hair out of place. Your glasses have a scratch in them. I know that very well. I'm glad to see around it. Okay. They just want to hate. That's all.
Yeah, they don't want an answer.
They don't want an answer.
No, it's not that I want to hate. I just want you to be honest for once in your goddamn life. That's all I want. You to be honest. But you never will be. Ever. So up till the day you croak, old man, and then probably for a while afterwards, I'll continue pointing out everything. And I mean everything I can find. Because that's just my contribution to the greater sphere of understanding of the insanity of grifters like you versus the reality of the universe.
How about Jesus?
Abe Lincoln was getting a lot of criticism during the Civil War. I mean, mountains of criticism. One of his staff members said, Abe, are you going to answer these critics? He said, sir, there's a war going on. I'm very busy fighting this war. History will tell if I did the right thing or not. If I took time to answer these critics, that's all I would ever do. No, let history decide. Judgment Day is going to be interesting. Okay, I forgot, Joseph. Testimonies over tea as a ministry.
We should almost start up a fake ministry just to see if Kent will promote it. And when you actually dig into the website, it just goes immediately into hell, Satan. That'd be great.
Testimony over tea. Is that their website or something?
I don't know. I didn't talk to him. I must have left that there, but I'll get up with him.
Okay. Fred and Corey Hilsinger. Check it out. Okay, shout out. Do I have to shout? I don't like...
I'll hook you up with him. Like you could totally hook up, all the equipment you wanted to at the protest for us to interview and debate the Hovind. Debate the Hovind. Chicken shit wouldn't come because he'd actually have to address questions. He couldn't just say, Joseph, turn off their mic.
To shout, brother, my voice. And all this is our series of books we have for teenagers about dinosaurs. If you want to know the truth, get the whole series. You got that up there somewhere, brother. Teen, $92 for the teen library, a teen to adult, all kinds of books about dinosaurs living with man. They did not live millions of years ago. Okay, let's see, get our open letter to Donald Trump from February 1st, the show that I did, and send it to everybody you know. We'll get the series Unmasking Ken Hovind. I did not break any laws to go to prison. And you can support our ministry if you like. If you don't, we're going to keep doing it anyway. So go to 777 Club, okay? Help us out if you want. We don't charge anything. We feed house people all the time. Titus, is he in here? Cabins are full, 30 cabins, they stay full nearly all the time. So, and we do it for free. drdino.com, 9.25 years we've been open now. So help us out if you want. Okay, let's see. Joseph, got questions or comments there?
Yeah, just a couple.
I always have my standard comment. Hey, Kent, you suck.
Okay. Please pass on this suggestion. He should get in touch with Tucker Carlson and have him interview. I'd love to. It's really better if somebody else contacts.
Because I can't do anything my own damn self, because I'm Ken Hovind and I'm an incompetent piece of shit.
him and says, have him on. When I call, hey, please have me on, it looks self-serving.
But when I have other people do it, it's totally not self-serving. What a fucking chode.
So anybody, I'd love to be on any shows, okay?
All right, Kent, come on my show. Come on, Kent, do it. Do it, Kent. Are you too chicken? You too chicken shit, little Harvard? You ain't coming to the turkey zone? What up? I'm a dinosaur. What you gonna do about it? Go where I want because I'm a turkey. It's fucking funny that now turkeys are a thing here. So we got tomatoes and we got turkeys just totally being things here at Zadara. At least as far as this particular slice of the YouTube sphere goes for when I do all the Hovind stuff. Might as well make a turkey avatar of some kind. God damn it. I am no longer a tomato. I'm a turkey. Fuck you, Kent.
Would like to know why does Kent teach Roman Jesuit futurism doctrine? Well, you got a built-in assumption in your question there. Like, why are elephants orange? They're not orange, okay? I don't teach any Rome Jesuit futurist doctrine. If they happen to believe the tribulation is coming and then the rapture.
Hey, Jay, with a nice one here. I did not break any laws to go to prison. I broke the law legally. Oh, damn, that's a nice one.
Sure, and then the time of wrath. That's what I believe. That's what I teach for the last 9 years now. That's what the chart behind me is about. That's what this chart is about. You can get all this on my website. What on earth is about to happen, for heaven's sake? You can get my book on the topic. I don't have it here. Anyway.
Hey, I have not gone turkey hunting since a couple of streams ago. Maybe later, not now.
I'll get a video series up here somewhere. What on earth is about to happen? I don't care what the Roman Church believes at all. Not at all. Now, I do care what the Bible says, and I think I'm correct. I think your question is invalid. Okay.
Hey, seriously, if anyone happens to offhand know the case information for the domestic violence thing between Kent and Cindy, Esben definitely is curious. So if anyone can pop that in, that'd be freaking awesome. I used to have it, but it's buried in an archive somewhere.
Any others?
Last one.
Doc does too many tours daily to shout. Stephen Andrew Bolin. Stephen, I really have nearly destroyed my voice doing these tours, but I love it. It's just, every time I do one, it's like it's brand new.
Every time I do one, I've gotta spend an hour talking about my fucking slides instead of everyone just appreciating the supposed beauty of Dinosaur Adventureland.
And I've done thousands. Get in the Jeep, everybody. Let's go. How many have taken the real tour with me before? Only 2, 3. Tomorrow, we can do it. You guys staying overnight? One of our Jeeps, that guy bought us, it's a 2019. It was totaled down in Miami. All it did was bend the front end and broke one bar and deployed the airbags, which means it gets a salvage title. So you get them. It was a $40,000 Jeep they got for $13,000.
I do believe it's Conecuh County, for those interested. Not that I know how to spell it. It's one of those counties with a cool native name. Because, the native people don't deserve to live here anymore, but we're totally going to use the name because that's just how it operates. America. Ugh, don't get me started.
Donated it to us. We spent $100 on the new bar that was bent in the front, and leave the airbag. We don't care about the airbag. We don't take it off the road. Don't take it on the highway. So you don't need a license plate on private property. That Jeep will go 60 to 0 in 1 second when you hit a tree. It's fast. I think that's what they've told me. I don't know. I'm not going to try that. We have so much fun around here, Joseph. I've been through a lot, okay? 9 years in prison, women leaving me.
You have 30 minutes to move your cube.
For no good reason, and I understand, okay?
I can think of a very good reason to leave Kent Hovind. He's Kent Hovind.
But you can still be cheerful. See, happiness depends upon what happens. Joy depends on Jesus.
No. I got a lot of joy. Had a
Yeah,
whole lot of joy last week. About this time, Seth and I were just finally getting ready to get on out of the motel and head on to Kentucky, and then we had to get the generator, so we had to crisscross the same stretch. We crisscrossed the same stretch of highway like 12 times, I swear. I know that area around Florence, Kentucky really well. Ending the day in fucking Ohio. That was some joy right there. That was joy. That's the way I describe the feeling of all of that experience, that trip. Didn't need any Jesus, just needed a good friend, a goal, and the kind of community that comes from like-minded people who value reality, who value each other, not worshiping some magic Sky Daddy and Sky Daddy 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yeah.
Plenty. I lost my first 3 kids. I have 3 kids here and 3 in heaven. My son-in-law that you see at my daughter's wedding played on America's Funniest Home Videos, Paul, great son-in-law. He died in my arms of cancer.
Really? Because that's not how you told the story previously.
I've had everything taken from me. Everything.
Boo fucking who, Kent?
Okay? Been robbed by just about everybody I've ever loved and trusted. You can still be cheerful and serve God. That's God's problem. Let him handle it. Okay? Any more questions?
There's a couple that came in at the end.
See, it's a decision. You decide to be happy. What can you say about the scepters should remain in Judah? Hands Kent Hovind. I guess I don't understand that question.
I don't understand anything about the deep lore of my own mythology. All I care about is lines on paper.
Oh, remain in Judah's hands. Okay. Oh, the scepter. Talking about the prophecy that Judah, the son, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, and Judah was one of them. That he promised that boy and his lineage would always be the king.
That boy and his lineage.
And Jesus Christ came through that lineage. So that Jesus Christ is going to be the one king forever. I think that's all that means, Shane. Sean. S-E-A-N. That's Sean or Shane. They pronounce it both ways, don't they? I don't care. Can you share passages of scripture to support a second advent? Well, if you get my chart right here, $10 for the little one or $25 for the big one here. All the verses are right on here. Jesus comes at the end of the tribulation, but he only comes to the clouds. Blows.
It's just in. Jesus blows clouds that come everywhere. He's been tribulating.
The trumpet catches up the believers. Then he comes back with the believers and touches down on the Mount of Olives and splits that in half. The Dead Sea comes to life. All kinds of things happen. All the verses are in here. So rather than go through all of them right now.
Yeah, conveniently, all stuff that just happens in one little tiny pissant pocket of the Middle East.
Now, get my chart, $10. You can get it, make a picture of it, do what you want, and send it back. Get your $10 back if you want. Let's see. But yes, there are two called the second coming of Christ has 2 parts to it, separated by a time of great wrath. God's wrath falling on the earth. Okay. All right. Any more questions?
Pick one for you, then this will be the last one.
I know who built the Great Pyramid. Have you figured it out?
Yeah. Seth told me the story. That's fucking wild. Just fucking wild. I don't know if he has shared it on his channel previously in any potential, or maybe he will in the future. It's a hell of a story and really puts a lot of things in perspective. And that's a thing I think a lot of people can't lack, is true perspective on the reality of just existence beyond their own myopic, vision of their own lives are all that matter. They don't care about that of others. Sorry, I just got a case of the big sad.
Great Pyramids. I don't know. Now, the Great Pyramid is very different than all the rest of them. The Great Pyramid
Deviant Outcast says that's a lie.
probably was built before the flood. I don't know. Probably by somebody really smart. We couldn't build it today. 70-ton stones, 400 feet off the ground. We can't do that.
Yeah, we can, and they could. Egyptians were smart. Just, people are smart. Populations of people can be pretty stupid at times. Individuals can be dumb as hell. But at the same rate, on a whole, humanity, pretty damn smart, and always have been. We've been around 300,000 years. Phenotypically modern humans. So you got to think someone from 300,000 years ago was roughly as smart, as capable of thinking as you or I are. We just stand on the shoulders of giants. Having the knowledge that the titans before us have had figured out. But the capability to think, still the same. So you give them an idea. They have an idea of building these monuments, and they decide, we're going to go bigger and bigger. Well, let's see. A pyramid is structurally sound. It's what you get if you stack bricks the most logical way. Let's start building them. Let's figure this out. I can't stand this downplaying of ancient cultures being able to build certain things here, there, or everywhere, even if it's just the Great Pyramid, as Kent's saying. Zero reason to think anything other than humans being ingenious is the result, is the cause. It's what we do. That's one of those things that the psychotic ape that is Homo sapien likes to do, is just build massive objects. We just can't help ourselves. I gotta make this thing. Gotta make it really big. Gotta make it look cool. Oh, you just built a really big thing. I gotta build a bigger thing. It's just what we do. Kind of love it.
So I think probably it was built as a testimony to the Lord. I cover that on video number 7 of my series. I'll use all the pictures and explain how the only entrance into the pyramid, you have to make a choice right away. Do you want the broad way to the pit?
Michael, first off, hey man, hadn't seen you for a hot minute. Second, it's weird with Kent. There's always these weird tangential conspiracy theories that he has, these little substream ideas that just, I don't know. He just always has this unique, crazy way of looking at things. It's kind of amazing.
Or the narrow way to the king's chamber. If you get to the king's chamber, you find yourself on the 50th row of stones, and all that's in there is an empty tomb. There's amazing stuff about the Great Pyramid. The rest are copies the Egyptians said, I want to be buried in one of those, Okay, thank you for your work and research. Your seminars have opened my eyes to the truth. God's used you, and you're a faithful servant. Thank you. Well, thank you, Doug. Appreciate that. Spread it around. Tell everybody about it.
Slobbing on Hovind's knob is a daily pastime for some people. Slobbing on Hovind's knob is the only way. Something sheeple.
Okay, before anybody else comes in, let's quit. My throat hurts. See you Sunday. Note, I don't have to preach tomorrow. Well, I like to, but I'm done. See you Sunday morning. Psalms. This is going to be a good one. See you then. Bye.
Is it, or is it going to be more garbage? Gotta see him drink from his water. Oh, there he go. To the dino. Well, that was that. I expected, honestly, more bitter from him. Honestly, I think what's coming up is just the end of the entire thing with Cindy, and that his jail sentence is going to have to be served. I had posted in Discord that my thought is that over the course of like maybe the last week, right at the fourth, what have you, which would have been weird timing, but he probably got word that, hey, we're this stuff's over. This has got to happen. We're finally pushing this to the last stage. That might have been the cause of him having whatever condition he was shown with on Sunday. He's gotten, he's kind of recovered from that. Um, I figure he has tried one last time to bullshit his way out of it, and the court's like, no, dude, this is happening. And so now he's just super pissed and trying to do last minute damage control before the inevitable time spent in jail, which, quite honestly, I mean, given the way he's been doing these kinds of videos, that should show that he needs the time in jail to reflect on these actions. Not that he will, but the way the court system would and should look at it. But that's just my take. I don't know. Y'all might have a different opinion. You can always, leave a comment what you think's going on. That being said, I'm gonna hop off here and work with this godforsaken server that has decided not just to lock up on me, but after setting a watchdog program on it that should have monitored for system problems and restarted, it instead now goes into a permanent boot loop. So I've got to fix that manually. I'm about to spend a lot of time in the floor, hunched over a keyboard, craning my neck at my monitor to see what commands I'm actually typing in. But this should go smooth. So we'll see what happens. I am going to disappear now from the World Wide Web of the internet for a bit. Y'all know the places to find me. Links down in the video description. Like the video, share it to Hovind. Make sure Hovind sees it. He needs to say that I don't care for his pity party. But that's that. Much love as always. I'll catch everyone next time. And just as a reminder, since it came up earlier in Hovind being judgmental over who has intimacy with whomever, as long as two people consent, I don't give a flying fuck. So love who you love, do what you want to do, be yourself.